Really pleased with the win tonight. I think our guys played really hard. It's conference games bring added importance to the season, so it's always good to pick up your first one and get off to a good start, and you got to win your home games. So Maryville's a tremendous team, coming in here 9-2, averaging 90 points a game. So we had a couple key things that we wanted to try and limit their open threes, and then make sure we had 5 guys box and win the battle of the boards. And I think we did a really good job on the backboards today, and we were pretty efficient offensively, 21 assists to 14 turnovers, and we shot the ball well. So I think all that, really good effort for our guys. It's always great coming back after such a long layoff for Christmas, and then being game ready to get off to a good start. Really proud of them.
Josh, you guys ran that fast break really well tonight. Was that something you guys have been focusing on?
Yeah, Coach always tells me to push the ball, get as deep as I can. He says the same thing to Dre, and just try to get easy buckets. So that's pretty much just trying to get in the lane.
Josh, you guys had four you starting 5 in double-figure scoring tonight, and the other guy had Rashawn Spees coming first game back for a while, 8 points, 9 rebounds. Talk a little bit about the performance of the starters tonight.
I mean, we always try to emphasize on sharing the ball, and 21 assists just shows it right there. For our point guard right here, he had 7. We always just try to run the floor and try to get those easy layups, and just sharing the ball and having everybody running. That's what gets us those points, and just drives and kicks out for the 3. That's what Coach always tells us to do, and that definitely pays off.
Seems like when the game was for the last 7 minutes there, you had a rotation in the game that understood the mathematics of things. You close game, you break it down. On your end of the floor.
I think one thing, is we're playing with veteran guys, so they've been through it, especially Marv and Ray and Al, who've been through it for 3 and 4 years, and then Josh and Dre, those guys, as freshmen last year played so many minutes. So I think that's a key at our level is playing with veteran guys helps. So yeah, I thought except for the last 45-second little stint there, I thought we played time and score really well.
So is that that lineup you had on the floor is that the kind of lineup you like to have at that point in the ball
those guys
game?
were rolling. So I think that the thing, if you've seen all year, it's who's ever playing well, whatever group of guys are playing well, and those guys, everybody played really well tonight of those guys. So that's who we'll go with.
But it looked like out of that unit, you had your point guards, you had your shooter, you had your 3-point shooter and Wilson. You had good shooters, good free throw shooters, everything on the floor at the time. So
it was just, I think
you won't stop to say that that's your designated.
No, we don't. It's who's ever playing. Who's ever game in, game out. Who's ever. That's the good thing is we can go 10, 12 deep, and whichever guys are playing the best and are going to help us down the stretch the most. That's what we'll go with. So if one of those guys was struggling, and we needed to go with somebody else, that's what we would have done.
Either one of you, do you think you understand the mathematics of crunch time? Or?
Oh yeah, of course. We played in plenty of games. We have plenty of experience, so it's second nature.
Yeah, Coach always tells us we have one of the deepest benches. And I trust everyone coming off the bench. If I'm struggling, Javon, Jordan Probst, Brandon Hooks, all of them coming in, I trust them, and I rely on them if I'm struggling to pick me up and come in and provide a spark.
What was y'all's opinion of Ray Spees' play? He hadn't played.
It's good to have him back.
Yeah, great to have him back.
I guess he's been sitting on chomping at the bit, trying to get back in the.
He didn't even the first couple days back after we got back from break. He couldn't even full out practice. So he's coming off of maybe 2 or 3 full practices if that.
Yeah.
So we can get him back in shape.
But still, he was tired of sitting on the bench.
Yes,
I think he was tired of just not feeling well.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is he feels, him and Caleb Pendergraft, both those guys, just to have both those guys feeling human again is great for them, because they both, it's been scary and been challenging for both those guys. So just the fact that they can go through a day without having headaches or getting nauseous or dizziness, it was scary there for a while for both those guys.
Josh, talk a little bit about your bench is going 10 deep now. Talk about how important that is now that you're getting ready for conference play.
Well, it's pretty good to have depth at each position. It's always, like Coach says, the next man up. So if one man is not performing, you can always rely on somebody else to come in, pick up the slack, or just play harder.
It just seemed as though you guys were making 2, 3, sometimes 4 substitutions at a time, and nothing slowed down. The pace of the game kept going and everything. Everybody, we were still scoring, playing good defense.
Yep, it just keeps rolling.
All right, what's next for you guys, Josh?
We play at Methodist, I think on the 6th, right? Yeah.
Wednesday.
Another conference game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Road Warriors.
Yeah, got to be Road Warriors. Next 2 on the road. So
Well, congrats. 3 wins in a row. Good luck this week.
thanks.
So how much longer is